So day 2, said coming on literally looking like crap because I felt like internally and externally, I talk about this later in some of the other things that I've done with PTSD and different stuff because there's a lot, but I don't want to get too much into it. But no, there's a different method behind this, and I really want you to understand. And I want to show, like, when you're not feeling great or different things, you're trying to get through things, that sometimes that might be where you need to be. So that's actually why I want to show that versus the traditional ways of trying to show something that's not in existence. So yesterday I felt good. When I first, like, full disclosure, I tried to do this 21-day challenge coupled in the beginning. And I say this, I needed, like, I had to restart. Like, I started and then 2-3 days because I was not feeling great. And I went, you know what? Okay, just wait and reset and come back to it. And that was more, because what we're trying to do here is understand the emotions behind it, what's going through the body and everything like that too, a little bit. So you're getting to learn to, like, yourself when you set these things, because we're getting results, but understanding the emotional parts and then seeing the results of the body and different things, right? So and I have to say that because there's a lot of other things that can lead into. So I'm going to do my body check-in. I'd say even after a day, so it's more the emotional stuff, I felt like, okay, I've needed to just stick. I feel much better. I find in my brain with less complications. This is what I have to have at this time. This is what I don't like. And this one I can and can't have something, because then it eliminates the thought process. But I had to get to that place in my life. At one point in my life, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So the first thing you have to think is that the challenging part? Is that easy for you to give up a certain eating window? Can you do that? Why or why not? And then it comes back to, okay, like, working through the food choices and the things. And that's why we're keeping it very basic at first and then building upon the layers versus trying to do all these things. And another point, so I checked the scale this morning, right? And, normally I don't own a scale. Before this type of thing, years ago I did. Coming back around to it, your weight is going to fluctuate day to day anyway. So it's, yes, like, overall, sometimes it'll go down. It might go up even a little bit, back and forth, and understanding that. What we're trying to get is the habits of understanding the things we're going through in a base. However, I actually don't recommend, right, going on a scale every day. If anything, it's like a set thing for a check-in and how our bodies feel. In the 21-day process to be obsessed with changing a habit, that's where we're kind of putting, when you're changing a habit and getting into things, yes, you want to put your attention and your focus on it. But the actual long-term goal, and this is what's so important, is to get to a place where we have our bodies so set. We know it's a good rhythm for our body. We know the foods our body likes. We're getting empowered. We're rebuilding the body so we can actually let go of that. So it's almost like we're building a robot, ourselves as a robot. We're first breaking down the brain of that programming that we've had. We've been a robot. We're breaking it down. We're reprogramming so we become a robot again to the things we don't need to worry about. So it frees us up to do other things and live versus being focused so much on measuring ourselves on a scale, focusing so much on measuring and weighing food and all those types of things, right? So that in this program, we don't do that per se, but like, we're measurements in different ways, but we want to have an understanding of that, because that mentality is not healthy either, right? So that's actually, but you have to kind of get there to reprogram, right, to get on autopilot, which is another thing we talk about. I just want you to be aware of these things in the back of your mind.